Hello and welcome back to our today's tutorial. Let me take you around the beauties of this particular Math Olympiad question. You can pause the video and think on what you can do. Let's know your answer in the comment section. Meanwhile, my advice, each time you work with this kind of equation, this is exponential because there are powers here, okay? You have to be familiar with your exponential rules. The second is you should be familiar with your equations. Most times, this kind of exponential equations can lead to linear, quadratic, or higher polynomials like cubic or system of equation. You should also be friendly with your logarithm. When you know these three things, you are good to go. Now, let's do this together. So what you would simply do is, this is 8, this is 2 as base. Can we express this 8 to be in the same with these 2? Yes. 8, let's have it as solution. 8 can be expressed as a product of 2, okay, to give us this. So in that case, we can replace 8 as 2 to the power of 3, then to the power of m plus 2 to the power of m is 130. Now remember your rule of exponents, which says a to the power of m to the power of n is also the same with this. You only switched the powers, okay? So you can switch powers here to have 2 to the power of m to the power of 3 is equal to 130. Did you see that? You observe that these two are now the same. So you can simply say, let's choose any variable of your choice. So we can say, let x be equal to 2 to the power of m. Or we can better put it this way, let 2 to the power of m be equal to x. So you are going to replace this with x. And if you do that, this is what we are having. We're having x cubed plus x is equal to 130. You will notice this is forming an equation we call cubic polynomial or cubic equation because the highest power of x here is 3. So it's cubic. In that case, let's make it look more beautiful. So we're going to have x cubed plus x. This is positive. So subtract 130 from both sides. We are going to have this. If you subtract here, it becomes 0. So we have formed a good equation. So as this has become a cubic equation, you are going to solve it. Choose any method you are familiar with. There are so many methods, okay? In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the factor theorem to solve this. So, but before then, you have to remember that you get that factors from the factors of 130. 130, we can get the factors. 2 here is 65. 5 here is 13. 13 is 1. So we can say that the factors are 2, 5, 13. There are still others you can get, okay? But the one you want to choose, you are using trial and error. Let's get a particular factor that can be suitable for this expression. What it means is that when you get that factor, if you use it to divide this part of the expression, it will have no remainder. Or if you substitute the root of that factor into this part, or the 0 of that factor into this equation or expression, it will be equal to 0. So whichever way you want to put it. So in that case, let's try. If you put x as 2 here, you will notice, you can try it and let's know your answer in the comments. Let x to be 2. If you put it here, you will notice it will not be equal to 0. If you choose 13, it will still not be equal to 0 and other factors. So the one we want to choose now is let x to be equal to 5. So let's put it here to have 5 cubed plus 5 minus 130. This will give us 5 cubed is 5 times 5 times 5 to give us 125 plus 5. And when you add this, it gives you 0. Did you see that? So it means that x minus 5, to make it a factor, because at this point is a 0. To make it a factor, you have it as x will now be x minus 5 is what becomes a factor, okay? Whereas this is the 0. Did you see that? So what do you do next? Use this factor now to divide this part of the expression. I'm going to show you how you do it. So you are going to use your long division. x cubed plus x minus 130. We are dividing with x minus 5. Our rule is our DMS. Okay, divide, you multiply, you subtract. So you're going to use the first term here to divide the first term inside. And when x divides x cubed, it gives us x squared. Multiply, use this to multiply, you have x cubed. Use it to multiply -5, you have -5x squared. Then the next is to subtract. This minus this is gone. You will notice there's no value for x squared, but we can do something. We can put it and it doesn't change anything to have this. You see, this is just the same as this. The 0 does not mean anything. It's just to help us to subtract. So you can now subtract because you only subtract the same terms. So x squared can go with this x squared. And 0 minus 5 will give us plus 5x squared. You bring down this and bring down this. Okay? So what do you do again? Use this again. Repeat this cycle again. This will go here to give us 5x. Multiply, we have 5x squared. Multiply this, we have -25x. Subtract. This will cancel. Then we have 1 is here, as you know. So 1 minus 25 will give us 26x minus 130. Did you see that? Also repeat, do this, we have 26. Use this to multiply, we have 26x. This will give us -130. And when you subtract, is 0. So you see why this is a factor, because after division, there is no remainder. So it means that the factors of this particular expression we have there at the left side will now be equal to x minus 5 and the quotient, the result we got after our division. Okay? And everything is equal to 0. Did you see that? So what it means is that to now simplify, you have to be careful because you need to make sure that the values of x you are choosing are real. So to check whether this is real, use your discriminant formula, which says that d is b squared minus 4ac. I hope this is clear. So in that case, use your general quadratic expression as this to get your values. So you see that your a is the coefficient here, which is 1. So we can say our b is now 5 squared minus 4. Our a is 1. Our c is 26. And your d should be greater than 0 for it to be real. If it is less than 0, it is imaginary. Okay? If it's less than 0, it becomes imaginary. So if you simplify this, you will notice your answer is less than 0. So in that case, it means that this is not a solution. So the only one we work with is x minus 5. Did you get that? So we are going to now conclude. If we are working with x minus 5, it means x minus 5 is equal to 0. So we're going to have x, add 5 to both sides, x is 5. But x is not what we're looking for, it's m. So we're going to recall where we said 2 to the power of m is equal to 5. You know you cannot express 5 as a product of 2, so you apply your logarithm to have log 2 to the power of m is log 5. Remember, if you have log m base power n, you use the power to multiply and you have this. Okay, so we're going to have log 2, m log 2 is equal to log 5. To get m, you divide by log 2. Okay, and if you do that, you are going to now have, in conclusion, this will give us m is equal to log 5 over log 2. Then to simplify it further, you can use your calculator to get the value of log 5. And if you do that, you are going to have log 5 will give us, log of 5 will give us 0.6990, and log of 2 will give us 0.3010. Okay, so when you divide this, you are going to have this will give us 2.32 as an answer. You can also leave it as a log in log form to be m is equal to, remember your change of base, which says if you have log a base b is equal to log a over log b. Okay, so in this case we are going to have log 5 base 2. So either of these two is correct. I hope this helps you a lot. If it did, please subscribe for the more you will get from us. Most especially, let's know how you feel about this in the comment section. It is always our mirror and it helps us to serve you best. Please remember you can share this tutorial with your friends and give us a thumbs up. I will see you in our next class. Till then, bye-bye.